Hey and welcome to the Daily Manchester United News show. Let's begin with our daily news. Two possible reasons behind David de Gea contract delay at Man United. David de Gea's current contract with Manchester United expires at the end of the month, but it has been reported that the club are in advanced talks over a new long-term deal. The Red Devils have the option of extending his £375,000 a week contract for another year, but it's clear that the hierarchy prefer to negotiate a fresh renewal with a pay cut. The goalkeeper has reportedly agreed the framework for an extension, but there has been no update since the FA Cup final. Here are two possible reasons for the ongoing delay. First of all, De Gea may not be pleased with the contract proposal on the table. He recently turned down a £200,000 a week salary offer with the aim of negotiating a higher pay. With interest from Saudi Arabian clubs, the Spaniard is probably reluctant to lower his wage demands. He could easily earn double of his current wages with a move to the Middle East. Elsewhere, United's ongoing pursuit of a new shot stopper could be another key reason. The Red Devils are known to be interested in Porto star Diogo Costa, and it has been claimed that the club are open to securing his services from Portuguese outfit before June 30. The 23-year-old currently has a €75 million release clause in his contract, but United are working hard to drive down the price, considering Porto need to balance their books this month. De Gea has been an undisputed choice in goal during his 12 seasons at the club, and the 32-year-old could be reluctant to play second fiddle for the number one role next season. If United were to secure an agreement for Costa in the coming weeks, De Gea could be tempted to pack his bags and move to the Saudi Pro League to join former teammate Cristiano Ronaldo. Emil Forsberg eyes Anthony Elanga reunion at RB Leipzig next season. Sweden midfielder Emil Forsberg has admitted that he would like to play alongside Manchester United winger Anthony Elanga at RB Leipzig next season. Elanga had an impressive breakthrough campaign with United in the 21-22 season. He was a regular starter under interim boss Ralf Rangnick during the second half of the season. However, he barely played under manager Erik ten Hag last term. The Sweden international was restricted to only 702 minutes across 26 appearances in all competitions. It has recently been reported that Elanga is up for sale this summer. Leipzig are one of the clubs interested, and Forsberg is open to working with his compatriot. Speaking to Football Skanalen, Forsberg said that he will sit down with the club president to try and pursue a deal for the talented 21-year-old. He said, "I will sit down with the president, with Oliver, here soon and see what we should do. We'll see. Anthony would have been a good fit with us, a young player who wants to get better. We'll see. It can happen. I have spoken to Anthony, but it stays between us. I know Anthony quite well, so it's quite normal if it were to come up, but he is a young and talented player who fits in with us. We have been good at developing young and talented players." Elanga was a favourite under Ragnick but struggled to impress Ten Hag last season. The Red Devils graduate has the potential to develop into a top-class winger, but that may not happen at United with the fierce competition for places in the squad. Elanga's future is likely to be away from Old Trafford. Leipzig are in talks over a deal worth €20 million. It seems a fair price for an out-of-favour winger. It has been a recent trend for clubs to include buyback clauses when selling academy graduates. United should consider the option while sanctioning Elanga's exit. "You won't achieve anything with Harry Maguire," says Paul Parker. Former Manchester United defender Paul Parker insists that Harry Maguire would be a terrible signing for Newcastle and Spurs. During a recent interview, Parker was quizzed on whether United's record £80 million centre-back would prove a good acquisition for either of the two Premier League clubs. He said, "Could he do a great job at Newcastle? Not at all. Could he improve Tottenham? Absolutely not. I would be absolutely shocked if he goes to Tottenham, and I would be even more shocked if he goes to Newcastle." With the Premier League summer transfer window opening on Wednesday, naturally rumors are continuing to circulate alongside the news of exactly whom the Red Devils are looking to offload. Maguire has been the subject of much speculation, having been linked with a handful of clubs in recent weeks, such as Spurs and also Aston Villa. The 30-year-old is firmly out of favour at Old Trafford, making only 16 appearances in the Premier League last season, descending further down the pecking order behind a resurgent Victor Lindelof. Maguire is midway through his current 6-year deal, which sees him earn £190,000 a week with the option to extend his deal for a further year until 2026. Recent high-profile errors, including a horrendous Europa League quarter-final display against Sevilla in April, has seen supporters increasingly question the Englishman's future at the club. There are also suggestions that any potential move to Tottenham could be heavily influenced by Maguire's close friendship with their star striker Harry Kane. However, Parker insists that the United centre-back's relationship with Kane isn't relevant in terms of a switch to Spurs. Parker believes that Maguire fails to offer Spurs an upgrade on their existing central defensive options. He said, Tottenham needs a centre-half that is better than Eric Dyer, and that's not Harry Maguire. They might be on the same level, but as a club, you won't achieve anything with either of them. Man United on the trail of Dusan Vlahovic, first name on Juventus' list to leave this summer. Manchester United are on the trail of Dusan Vlahovic, who is likely to be sold by Juventus this summer, according to Corriere dello Sport. The Red Devils are actively in the pursuit of a marquee striker, and they have been linked with a number of high-profile names, including Vlahovic. It's now reported that the Bianconeri are aiming to recoup 100 to 120 million euros from sales this summer, and Vlahovic is the first on their list to leave. The Torino Giants are looking for 80 million euros to part ways with the former Fiorentina man. United are on the trail of the striker alongside the likes of Bayern München, Chelsea, Newcastle United, Paris Saint-Germain and Atletico Madrid. The Red Devils currently have Harry Kane as their prime striker target, but a deal looks unlikely with Tottenham Hotspur unwilling to sell him to a direct Premier League rival. This could force United to look at alternative transfer target. Atalanta's Rasmus Højlund has been linked, but the Dane is fairly young and may not make an immediate impact. In our view, the club should pursue two strikers in the summer. They should secure a deal for Højlund alongside a more experienced marksman who could be a regular starter. Vlahovic has had a mixed spell with Juventus, but could be an option for the Red Devils. The 23-year-old was outstanding in his final 12 months for Fiorentina, where he scored almost 40 goals. He has struggled to replicate the showing since his move to Turin in January last year. He has netted only 23 goals alongside 6 assists from 63 appearances across all competitions. It's a decent record with a goal contribution in every other game, but much more is expected from him. We believe Vlahovic could fare better with the more attack-minded system under manager Erik ten Hag next term. His positioning and finishing skills are his main strength. United were guilty of squandering several big chances in the box last term. There needs to be an improvement for the club to challenge for the Premier League title. Manchester United is still interested in David de Gea. After months of negotiations surrounding David de Gea's new contract at Manchester United, there has been no confirmation of an agreement. Having not yet signed off on de Gea's new deal, there is a feeling that the club may well look to strengthen their goalkeeping options, ideally with a player more suited to Erik ten Hag's preferred style of play. According to The Telegraph, David de Gea is very much still under consideration for Man United for exactly that reason. The Brentford shotstopper is already thought to have agreed personal terms with Tottenham Hotspur, but a twist could yet be on the cards. Spurs are unwilling to meet the Bees' valuation of their goalkeeper at £40 million, with de Gea entering the final year of his contract, and unwilling to sign a new deal. The mood is that Brentford may eventually lower their asking price rather than risk losing the player on a free, particularly given the London club have already secured his replacement, Mark Flecken, formerly of Freiburg, has already agreed to make an £11 million switch to the Premier League in July. Raya is expected to be leaving this summer, and it seems only a matter of time before it transpires. And while it currently looks far more likely that he moves to Tottenham as things stand, the uncertainty surrounding De Gea's future makes the situation somewhat fluid. The United keeper has been given no guarantees that he will remain as Ten Hag's first choice next season, which could be a factor behind the Red Devils' continued interest in David Raya. But while the manager would certainly like to have a stronger cohort of keepers more suited to a proactive style of football, the number of areas of the team in need of more urgent reinforcement could force him to pursue with De Gea next season. As the month draws to a close, a definitive decision will need to be made on both the future of David De Gea and the club's pursuit of a goalkeeper. The Spaniard's contract ends in just over 2 weeks. Kim Min-jae will be at Man United from July 1, personal terms already agreed. Napoli defender Kim Min-jae will move to Manchester United on July 1, with personal terms already agreed, according to El Mattino. The centre-back had a brilliant debut season with Napoli, but he is widely expected to leave this summer amid interest from the Red Devils. The South Korean star currently has a €60 million release clause in his contract, which will be active during the first 15 days of July. El Mattino report that Erik ten Hag's side will trigger the buyout clause and the player will be at Manchester United from July 1. The Naples-based publication added that the 26-year-old has already agreed terms over a €10.4 million annual contract with the club. The Red Devils have been touted to sign the centre-back for several weeks, but they will have to stay patient with his clause only active next month. The likes of Chelsea, Newcastle United and Paris Saint-Germain have also been linked with Min-jae, but he appears to have made a decision to join United. Min-jae should be a fantastic signing for the club, considering his strong defensive and passing attributes. Last season, he completed a stunning 73 passes per Serie A game with an accuracy of 91%. The former Fenerbahce star averaged 26 passes in the opposition half. He also won 1.6 tackles and 4.5 duels per outing, while making 3.5 clearances. Min-jae is a strong ball-playing central defender and should provide fierce competition to Rafael Varane and Lisandro Martinez for a starting berth. The South Korean should get his fair share of playing time with regular rotation, but could also cement a starting role considering Varane's injury record. Sheikh Jassim to bring Kylian Mbappe to Man United if takeover bid successful. Kylian Mbappe shocked World Football yesterday by informing Paris Saint-Germain that he has no intention of renewing his contract beyond 2024, and in doing so, forcing his club to listen to offers for the France star this summer. And now Manchester United have been mooted with a sensational swoop for the 24-year-old, with a £170 million price tag mooted. According to Football Insider, Sheikh Jassim bin Hamad bin Khalifa Thani is determined to bring Mbappe to Old Trafford if his takeover bid is successful. The Qatari banker and founder on the 9-2 Foundation is currently battling Sir Jim Ratcliffe for the position as Manchester United's new owners, with both looking to take control of the club from the Glazers family. Sheikh Jassim is said to be a huge admirer of Mbappe and believes that the attacker belongs at Man United. Paris Saint-Germain could well keep him until next summer, with the player himself insisting that he is happy to see out the last year of his contract. But should a club meet their £170 million price tag, they are likely to allow him to depart, given the unwanted prospect of losing such an asset on a free transfer. Mbappe at Old Trafford is certainly an interesting prospect and one that will no doubt set pulses racing among the fan base, but with the Frenchman earning around £1 million a week in wages, signing him would mean a complete collapse of the existing salary structure at the club, which is something United have been focused on rectifying since the departure of Cristiano Ronaldo last November. The outlay required to bring Mbappe to Manchester, along with what would be an incredible transfer fee, makes this rumor seem highly unlikely, regardless of who succeeds the Glazer family. Man United are sure to have a busy summer transfer window, but it would be hard to imagine Kylian Mbappe being its focus. Nevertheless, the relationship between Paris Saint-Germain and their star player is clearly a fractious one and well worth keeping an eye on. I will be uploading daily Manchester United news, so keep your eyes on the channel and don't forget to like and subscribe. I appreciate your support. Peace out.